And my father died. Very sad. Of course, hard for the family. But luckily, my aunt and uncle lived next door to us. They didn't have any children. So my brother and I kind of became like their kids too. And my Uncle Jack, was Jewish. And so it began. So let's see, our holy day, of course, is on Sunday, and Saturday night we anticipate, right? Well, the Jewish holy day is on Saturday, and they start off on Friday night after sundown. So on Friday nights, my Uncle Jack would take me to his family's house, and we would have Shabbat, the Sabbath service. We went to his family's house. His father was right from Russia, came over after the revolution and settled in New York City. And you want to talk about cool, let me tell you. Imagine being a 5-year-old kid with this. So his father, his name was Sam, didn't speak English. He spoke a mix of Russian and Hebrew called Yiddish, and he spoke Hebrew. He always wore the yarmulke, like the skull cap that the bishop wears sometimes. Jewish men wear it because they're always aware of a higher presence above them, so in honor they wear the yarmulke. He always wore that, and I don't know what happened. I actually never asked, which is kind of weird. He didn't have one eye. I don't know how it got lost, but he always wore an eye patch. So you've got the yarmulke, you've got the eye patch, he wore the Jewish shawl, and he didn't speak English. It was like walking into Harry Potter world or something, every Friday night. And he would say the prayers, and I simply became fascinated with the Jewish culture. So when I got a little bit older in high school, imagine this, I played piano at the Jewish synagogue, and I studied Hebrew all throughout. And then I said, well, enough of this. One year when I was just out of college, and I was teaching at a school in Brooklyn, for the summer I said, I'm going to Israel. I'm going to work on a farm in Israel. I spoke Hebrew, I read it, it was all good, right? Well, I guess I was kind of supposed to go back to school in September. I said, I don't think so. I love it here and I'm staying. So I wrote a note, I wrote a letter to my school where I worked, and I said, I don't think I'm coming back, sorry. So I stayed for a year. So if you really want to learn a language, that's the way to do it. Live there, stay it, breathe it, speak it, everything. And I did Passover service there in Israel and all the services, really fascinating culture. So I really appreciate us taking the time to experience a little bit of this because, and I know you'll correct me if I'm wrong, Father, but at the Last Supper, Jesus with his apostles was celebrating the Passover meal. Jesus was Jewish, following the Jewish laws. So, and then we took it from there, of course. So Father Mark has graciously come over to be the leader in our Passover service. So again, I say Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat.